Hey guys, I thought I'd pop back on and make a quick vid because apparently the SWMF ISWA space weather site came back up and it's looking pretty strange, so I figured I'd shoot a video out here on it. I was watching Blue Sky Kool-Aid channel or something like that yesterday, and that's what alerted me to the fact that there was some strange haps going on here. Now you can see this is the low energy electrons come flooding in, meaning that that's at the lowest energy electron reading at the 10 keV, and then here we have the 4,000. Well, I don't know, you can look at it when you go onto this ISWA site. I'll leave all the links. Integrated Space Weather. But anyway, this is the highest high energy electron reading. You can see we're getting a lot of energy flooding around the planet. Here's the line. This is the Earth here, by the way. I think Blue Kool-Aid thought this whole black thing was the Earth, but for some reason they got some kind of an occlusion on there too. I'm pretty sure this, yeah, because one Earth radius is reflected here. You see that? These are Earth radii, measurements of Earth radii, which is 3,459 or something. I looked it up, or 3,549. Anyway, I looked it up today and posted that on his channel. So normally the magnetopause is out here around 10 Earth radii. That would be normal. You can see it's getting compressed because we are under a bit of we're under a bit of a I just pulled this up. The ACE real-time solar wind. You can pump it from 24 hours back to 7 days, and it gives you all these different readings. As you can see, the wind speed's up, and I know the KP indexes were up today, up to a 7. So yeah, they were up elevated earlier today up to the 7 range, which is getting pretty high. See, it's coming back down now. But anyway, go back to the space weather site. What struck me right away was these energy readings. I can't remember just ever seeing it. It's so crazy with this reds on here. And you can see these graphs down here, they're not moving. So I don't think we're getting any true readings from these. Same here with this one. Look at how it fluctuates at the highest energy electron level. I have these ones pretty much married up. Oh, maybe not. Hang on. Anyway, I have these pretty much, these things, see, they're synced. Well, they were. They're pretty close. And within an hour off. And then try to sync them up with the excuse me, these other cuts. These three are all pretty well synced together. So you can see we got some crazy stuff going on around the planet. I know we're Blue Kool-Aid guy, Kool-Aid man, showed some pretty heavy backside pressure yesterday. This was the last cut that showed up before these monitors went down that I'm showing you now that appear to be back up. And these ones don't go back that, yeah, they do go back that far. Let's watch it. So that was at 826.0100 somewhere. So we should get to the 826 mark up here and see what shows up on these monitors, see if it matches what they're posting on that SWMF site for the last reading. Yeah, there it is. And you can see the high energy and, well, all that backside pressure. So that pretty much matches. Then we have these solar polar cap potential indices. And these are pretty crazy high. I'm going to show you a couple of Astral. I dug up some Astral Traveler, old Astral Traveler videos, which are still awesome for reference purposes. And I'll leave the links below. But here's one he put out on polar cap potential.
To finish the earthquake subject nicely, check out the readings from polar cap potential monitor. Notice what happened with the negative potential right at the time
Notice
of wave.
these numbers here.
Couple minutes
Okay,
before,
plus
the potentials were
29.5,
almost equal.
minus 44.
And then, bang,
And
negative charge started to dominate in the ionosphere.
now look at this one, plus 40.6, minus 76.5. The numbers are a whole lot higher. And look at the what we got going on here. Southern hemisphere at noon, the northern hemisphere at midnight. Serious strong stuff going on. As you can see on this AT vid, you don't have that. This was back in 2014, so that's like 4 years ago. Then I got another one I pulled up.
It is time for one of my favorite monitors, polar cap potential.
So as you can see, we don't have the heavy blue and heavy red on both hemispheres. It's just the northern, southern, midnight, noon. And watch the numbers. Well, the numbers got pretty high there for a minute. I think what they're going by is the differences between the numbers that makes that's what makes it hugely different. I could be wrong. Hang on a second. So we can see there -8 plus 10, so that's about 18-point difference. Like Blue Kool-Aid Man said, he doesn't know everything, and I certainly don't either. I don't understand these ones here. I mean, these are fairly low at 124.08, and ionosphere phi angle in geographic coordinates. Ionosphere JR in geographic coordinates. So those are two different measurements. I understand a little bit about the phi angle, so we'll look at this one. Look at the difference. Plus 40 and minus 76. Plus 40.5 minus 76.5. That's 117 polar cap potential difference. Here it's only 18. This other vid, even back when it a quake went off, it went to, what was
potential
that?
right at the time of quake.
That jumped 49.29. So that's what, almost 80. What we're looking at here. Oh crap. So back in AT's vid in 2014, when he was pointing out the relationship between this monitor and earthquakes, the difference was 80. Here we have a difference of, what did I say, 45 and 76. So it's 116, 117, 117. That's a pretty big difference. Anyway, it's some interesting tidbit there. So here we are, back to these monitors. You can check them out. And I want to show you one other thing. Here's the magnetic resonant grid pattern still on our planet. If you pull up some of my earlier vids, I pointed it out. It's been going on for several months now. And the reason why I say it's a magnetic resonant grid pattern, well, obviously because it looks like a grid pattern, but first realized this back in April 6, 2018, and I first pointed it out in the video. Here's the magnetic resonant grid pattern showing up around the sun. You might have to click full screen down here at the bottom right for this to really show up well for you, but this is on HelioViewer, and like I said, I'll leave all the links. This is at the 335 angstroms on the STO instrument, or STO Observatory A1A instrument, and it also comes up pretty good on the 94 angstrom, same instrument, or observatory. And we got SOHO, the IT instrument. It shows up pretty well on 304. Looks like this is a little bit, well, looks a little different, but you can still see the grid pattern. And also at 195, it shows up pretty well. So there you have it. I mean, this has been worldwide since, I would say, at least April. That's when I first became aware of it around the sun, and shortly thereafter I became aware of it on the planet. So we're pretty well locked up with this Nemesis thing. We're in between the Nemesis binary twin sun and our sun, and everything's reflecting it, especially this phi angle. I mean, this is the clincher right here, and I covered it in a couple of the vids. The one on space weather tutorial and debunking suspicious observers. So it was on his video when he started talking about phi angles. Well, when it's up around 360, that indicates a connection between a sun that's behind the Earth with the Earth. When it's at 180, it's a connection of our sun to the Earth. And when it's at 0, it's a connection of our Earth to the sun. So it should never be at 360 or anywhere above 180, because that means it's connecting. We are connected to something behind the Earth, another solar body. So here it is. Here you can pause and read that. I'll put the link up. Here's the Lagrange point. This is where the 8th satellite is. That's also covered on that link I'm going to put up. I just showed you. Anyway, I'm running out of time, guys. Thanks for listening. Peace out. Maybe we'll talk again. Take care. God bless.